He was playing the mime player.
John, I think you've been fucking with everyone lately, haven't you?
I have, yes.
Very good.
In any way that I can.
So, welcome.
He has the big boss mug.
Huh?
The big boss mug. I love it.
Well, this belongs to Janice. She just let me borrow it. Okay.
It's the same at your place. My wife is the boss as well. I don't have to say anything, no?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You should see my wife. Oh, my God.
Janice is okay, apparently, John. So I see you tweeted that black people can't actually catch the virus because it's...
Well, yeah, I know. By the way, Janice, come here, baby. Janice, please. Okay. Say hi to these gentlemen that very kindly set up this thing. So...
Yes, hello.
Yes,
Hi,
I mean,
Janice,
so
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So basically, Twitter shut that down and locked me out for half a day because for racist comments. Now, this is my wife, all right? Okay, now, that doesn't mean I can't be racist. But listen, if I was, she'd have cut my balls off the first week that we met. So in any case, no, it was a goddamn joke. So I'm basically making fun or making it absurd, all the anti-Chinese racism going on now. Not getting served, even in places that aren't on lockdown. People aren't serving them. They're yelling at them. Jesus. So I go, okay, well, at least black people are immune because every attempt to combine black genes with Chinese genes has resulted only in one thing: a car thief that cannot drive. And so that was my joke, but Twitter took it seriously. And a U.S. congressman personally called Twitter to complain about that tweet.
The CEO of Twitter.
Oh my God! Now the world is really we are doomed. Now we have Corona.
We are. So in any case, yes,
we are doomed.
Yes. So Janice cannot get the virus because she's black, and therefore she doesn't have to worry.
Hey, look, it's a pleasure to have you two along. Two of the most libertarian people on the planet. John, meet.
I don't know if we're the most. I don't know if we're the most, but we certainly are pushing the envelope.
I think you're aren't you running for the president of the United States under the Libertarian Party, John? So.
I am. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Didi,
there's no chance it'll happen. There's no chance that any libertarian will become president of the U.S. We have a two-party system, and no one other than one of those party members is ever going to be president. We're fucked. So, nevertheless, I'm using this as an opportunity to talk to people.
Yep. I think you could
speak my mind.
I think you could be a very good president for Liberland. That one is all about liberalism. So apply there.
But that's a very tiny country. You understand? It's an oil platform.
It's still tiny.
We can't all fit on it. All right. And it's got no natural resources except the sea beneath it.
Yeah.
And no way to build on it, and it's rusting, and will eventually disintegrate in spite of all of our efforts, because that's what material things do. So I don't think I want to put much effort into Liberland.
Okay.
However, go
and run America.
But there is a thing called free land, and that's in here, right here, and that's in everybody's heads, and you're welcome to go there anytime you want. And once you've done that, when I say free land, when you go, my body and my mind belong to me, and nobody can tell me what I can do with my body and my mind, providing I'm either alone or with consenting adults. Now, that's freedom. That's the only freedom you'll ever have. That doesn't give you freedom. That doesn't give you necessarily freedom of movement. Look at Janice and I. We are locked up in Spain under martial law, the harshest martial law on the planet today. Nothing is open except hospitals, and supermarkets that sell food only. Nothing else. No restaurants, no bars, no hotels, no shops, nothing at Oh,
Yeah,
no, it's
this is
spooky land
so
here.
strange. This
So
is
guys,
really strange.
question. I think I was having a chat just with Didi before you joined us, John. Didi, what are your thoughts on this virus? I think you guys might be on the same page on this.
Oh no, I fully agree, man. The only thing that should be a goal in life and is happiness, and happiness is there when you have freedom, and freedom in everything, freedom in decision, freedom in speech, freedom in movement. And I think this whole Corona thing you mentioned.
But you may not have freedom of movement always. The
No,
world,
exactly.
the world may not allow that. For Janice and I don't. We're running from the American government. We have very limited. On top of that, we're down
in a beautiful country where the military is driving around to keep people inside.
In martial law, right? We're in martial law.
But it's like
so you don't necessarily have freedom of movement, but you've got freedom of thought and perception, and you're no longer bound by your fears.
Yeah,
that's freedom no matter where you are. I don't care if you're in jail, you're free.
Yeah.
Fear
Okay.
will kill all
so anyway, you asked me about the coronavirus. No, the coronavirus, it's such an obvious non-entity. I mean, listen, 161 countries have refused to pay any attention to it whatsoever, including Sweden, thank God, because if Sweden folds, the Chinese will have won. Why is China hammering on Sweden when there are 160 other countries that are also paying no attention? Why? Because the other countries are Arabic, Muslim countries, Northern African countries, places where white Anglo-Saxon people do not give a goddamn what people say or think, because number one, it's not trusted and so on. So China understands the sick thinking of the West, right? Sweden, however, a bunch of white, blonde, intelligent people with, a history. That's how they're perceived by most Americans and Europeans. Well, fuck me. If they don't fold, and when this thing is over and the numbers are counted and you find out that Sweden had no more or less infections and deaths than anybody else per capita, then this entire scheme is going to be in question. People go, why did we do this then? If there are other countries that had absolutely no issue with it, and yet we destroyed our economy, which is what China wants, people. We are destroying the economy of Spain, Italy, and much of Europe. What do you think is going to happen? People aren't getting paid. Banks aren't open. You can't get money out or cash checks. You can't go to restaurants. You can't meet with people. You can't walk alone on the beach. You get arrested and fined 2,000 euros. No. Do you think this is good for the economy? No, it's going to destroy so many businesses, travel industry, and resorts, and mom and pop outfits. Supermarkets are running out of fucking food. Of course, no one's allowed to work. Of course, you're going to run out of food. It's crazy. No, so it's a non-issue, people. There have been 7.
Like, don't we need a reset of the whole economical system and the financial beliefs we all have been believing in the last few decades?
Well, maybe reset's necessary, but not one engineered by another superpower. Fuck no. That's going to do no one any good. Absolutely not. But later the numbers, 7,000 deaths in 5 months. Do you realize that in that same 5 months there were 600,000 flu deaths? And we're paying no attention to that shit, please. It's an engineered crisis. An engineered, and if you go on the John Hopkins site, this virus is not, but you go, it's exponentially increasing. Bullshit. It's flatlining. I mean, look at the numbers, people. That's all I'm asking. People don't want to get their calculators out and multiply and divide. That's the problem.
I think the problem is that the people
I've had my say.
I think the people, John, have become a little bit too stupid to understand it, because if you can see that a beer company that produces the beer Corona now is making losses, then people need to be pretty stupid to believe that they get Corona from drinking a Corona beer, So we have a huge job to do there, man. This is terrible.
You're right. Listen, I thought that was fake news. I really did. Are you telling me it's real?
It's real. The CEO, he put out his numbers that they are making losses. 150 million people are not ordering Corona beer. That is how stupid we have become. This is,
Jesus God.
Yeah.
Now, is that not? So why am I even talking to people? That's what I'm thinking. Jesus God, if people are that out of the fucking loop, then what's the point? Because, I mean, it's a pretty simple step from beer to virus, right? And say, no, children, that's not how the virus is transmitted, right? There's a far more complex thing to see numbers all over the world that you've got to pull out a calculator to make sense of. That's the problem.
So how do you think history is going to judge 2020 then, the year of the great toilet paper wars, quite clearly?
Listen, I wish I had a crystal ball. I have no idea what the future will bring. We're just trying to get out of this country back to a sane place where they're not paying attention to coronavirus and not having a problem.
Outside of Europe, John?
So we're currently, I have not divulged my location, but since I'm here, and trust me, the world's got better things to do than track me down at this moment, I've at least told the country that I'm in.
Oh, John,
Spain,
I invite you to come
Catalonia,
to
to be
Copenhagen.
precise.
Please come to Thailand, Copenhagen. Thailand, Copenhagen, beautiful island. We are building a beautiful blockchain crypto community here. We have enough toilet paper,
I actually bought a
and some rum.
I understand. Listen, I know a fair amount about Thailand, and actually, I put a down payment on a house in the island starting with K. What is it? In the south.
Koh Samui.
It's very well known.
Koh Samui.
Which no, huh?
Copenhagen.
The next one, Mui. No, the Mui.
Koh Samui.
That's near us.
Yes. Yeah.
That's next
but then I backed out when I found out there's no way I could get firearms there. Well, hell, I'm not going anywhere and live if I can't carry a gun and have my guards carry guns full time.
It's actually one of the most
the realtor misled me. He said, "Oh yes, you can get permits." So no, absolutely not. Not in Thailand.
Well,
so no, I can't live there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just visit us.
I'm sorry?
You can just visit us for a few weeks, and there's no corona here.
Yeah, that's what I do. In fact, I was there a year ago. I was in, I don't know where it was actually. Way south. Anyway, beautiful place, and I enjoy it. Now I'll visit, but no, I can't live anywhere that I can't be armed 24 hours a day.
Where would you want to live, John? Is there a place where you would love to settle down, or do you just love the traveling life and
America, but I can't go back. So, so that's just not a possibility.
Not yet.
But outside of America, we've actually been coming to Spain, once a month for a day or two, and maybe move to Spain, after all this nonsense is over. I don't know. But even in Spain, they tell me it's difficult to get weapons, and that's not going to fly with me. I got to carry a gun, got to have something on me at all times.
So speaking of guns, John,
I've got to be within 1.5 feet of a fully automatic weapon. All right, so that if someone bursts through the door, I'm going to waste 33 of them instantly. So no, I cannot live without weapons. So.
Oh Lord. So you've actually got a movie coming out about yourself, haven't you, John? Very shortly. Is that famous picture of you holding?
Yeah, well, I've got nothing to do with it. It's Condé Nast that's producing it.
Oh, really?
It's gonna star Michael Keaton as me, and who's that kid? Maybe
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron's going to play the reporter.
Right.
Because this is a true story about 2 weeks in my life. That movie is about 2 weeks in my life.
Yeah, give us a quick rundown of that, because that's the famous.
I'll give you listen, I have no idea what the screenwriters have done. but what happened was Joshua Davis approached me to do a cover story article in Wired magazine about just all the shit I'd been doing. So I said, yeah, come on down. But he turned out to be naive, dweeby, and he wanted to spend 24 hours a day with him, which I agreed to. But he just didn't have the balls to follow me around 24 hours a day. So on the second day, it became clear, okay, the article is just going to be a piece of shit, which it turned out to be. I'm just going to fuck with him. So on the second day, all right, I'm a sleight of hand specialist, by the way. And frequently, especially if I've got security guards around me and I've got a revolver, I'll have one of the bullets that's an expended cartridge that's had the bullet placed back in. You can tell that it's been expended because I don't change the cap at the end, and it's got a tiny little indentation. So Josh has asked me questions about what I'm doing inland in the jungle on the New River, where the crocodiles and monkeys and things are running wild. So we're talking. While we're talking, I reach inside my jacket and I pull out my .38. And I'm looking to him and I'm answering this question and I open it, dump the shells on the table. Now, Josh instantly stops looking at my eyes and starts looking at the table, okay? So I reach over and I take one of the bullets. While I'm still talking, here's what I'm doing. I'm taking the bullet, putting it in the gun, closing it. So I'm going, the problem over there is that the mayor of Orange Walk, I mean, he's an asshole. I then spin the chamber, put it to my head and pull the trigger. Now, he jumps up, runs backwards, slams against the wall, falls to his butt. And I go, what's wrong with you? I take it, open it, spin it again, close it, put it to my head and go click. I go, Josh, what's your problem? He's screaming, don't do this, don't do this. And I'm going, click, 3 in a row. Then I take it, spin it, close it, and I keep doing this. Well, it was the wrong thing for me to do. He's a young kid. He was in his 20s, 25, 26. I mean, a well-known writer, but had not seen much of the world. And neither had he been in situations where a gun might go off at any seconds and brains are going to be splattered within inches of his face, because I keep approaching him, doing this now. What's wrong, Josh? So then any normal human being would have gone, oh, I get it. You playing a trick. Not him. He's screaming, says, Josh, come outside. We need some fresh air. Meanwhile, while I'm lifting him up, I replace the discharged bullet with a real bullet, close it. That's what I got in my hands. Okay. So now, come on, Josh. Josh, please, we need fresh air. Let's go outside. So he's half collapsed. I get down on the porch and I says, here, let me get rid of this for you. I pull the trigger. Boom! Sand flies everywhere. Now, that was to put the icing on the cake. All right. Now, most guys would have said, I'm leaving, I'm going home. I didn't sign up for it. Not him. Not him. He insisted he's going to finish the assignment. That was day one. Every day I made sure it was 10 times worse than the day before. So he went home as a mush, as a puddle of goop. I mean, he didn't know. So he went back and he wrote a book, a whole fucking book called John McAfee's Last Stand. And in there, this central point was the thing about me putting a gun to my head. So he says, this is how it began, right? So he said, clearly Mr. McAfee has a death wish. Fuck me. What is wrong with the world? So yes, that's the movie. It's going to be based on those 2 weeks. That's all I know. I've got nothing to do with it. I have no control over it. I've talked to the screenwriters. They're good guys. They're allegedly making this a comedy, which in my mind, one of the greatest comedies on earth. But are they going to see it the way I do? I don't know.
And you were happy?
So that's the movie.
And you were happy about the actors?
Oh, fuck yes. Now, they chose Johnny Depp at first. I was freaked the fuck out. Because, Johnny Depp is a great type actor, all right? Even though he's done things like Rear Window, that semi-horror story, and others, he does not have the depth that Michael Keaton has. From the time he first put on the Batman cape, with the first Batman movie, you could see that motherfucker had some depth. And he's got a wide range, so I think he can pull it off.
What are your favorite films, John?
My favorite films?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite of all time has to be the original Blade Runner, with Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer. That's number one. God, it's kind of hard. Number two would be Metropolis, Fritz Lang's 1929 masterpiece. Black and white, no sound, obviously, silent movie. What would number three be? I swear to God, I like Prometheus. I know it's new.
Yeah, I just watched that the other night, actually. Yeah, it's a good
Did
film.
you?
Yeah.
The mood of that fucking movie, you just cannot beat it. But I tell you what, okay, I'm going to change it and make number two an Australian film by Lawrence. I can't remember his first name. I don't know much about Australian directors. Called Bliss. You cannot get it anymore. It's not on DVD. It's not on Blu-ray. But when it first came out, fuck me, that blew me away. It's an Australian film about a businessman in Perth, maybe, I'm not sure where, that falls in love with an Aboriginal girl that raises bees. Good God, it is sweet, it is bitter, it's cut to the quick reality about the human condition. What is the human condition? Well, Jesus, we are loving and kind and generous, compassionate. Simultaneously, we are greedy and jealous and prone to anger and pettiness. So we're a mixed fucking bag. And this movie takes both of those extremes and weaves them into perfection.
Speaking of the human condition, guys, we have a fascinating scenario coming up. People are going to be, we have a fascinating scenario now. We've got countries literally quarantining, locking people together. So relationships are going to get tested. Do you think we'll see an increase in birth rates or an increase in divorces? Both?
We'll certainly
bizarre scenario coming up.
We will certainly see an increase in divorces.
I think so.
As to the increase in birth rates, I'm not sure. We'll know within a couple of months. But no, I think divorce lawyers are the only ones that are going to make out like crazy from this lockdown. Married couples that cannot leave. Can you imagine? Because listen, people, the truth of life. All of you who are over the age of 18 know the following: that married couples, after you've been together for a year or two, have structured your lives so that you see each other as seldom as possible. I mean, husband, make sure that wife don't work with him. Okay, so thank God you got 9 hours a day, 5 days a week where you're away. Okay, weekends, you got to make sure you're friends with the right guys at work that absolutely must have you on the softball team or must have you whatever at the drinking contest. Who gives a flying fuck? Golf. Wives do not go and play golf with their husbands, do they? No. So now we have a world structured so that the average husband and wife have to spend together alone, right? Where they have to actually talk or something. Maybe an hour and 15 minutes a week, and suddenly 24 hours a fucking day, 7 days a week. No, there's going to be huge divorces. maybe even some husbands with busted noses and things from a frying pan. Who knows?
I think you two are exceptions.
Yes.
You both seem to be very in love with your ladies.
Oh, fuck me. Janice? Hey, baby? Janice! She's got these magic goddamn earbuds that are noise canceling, and I tell you, man, they're fucking noise canceling. Somehow they can determine when the goddamn noise is not coming from the headphones, but from outside this area. Come here, baby.
That's how you do it. You just give her like noise canceling earplugs.
Yes. So now, no. So now, these gentlemen, you didn't hear a word, I know, because I had to scream before you noticed it. Okay, so now, we were talking about the likelihood that divorce lawyers are the only people going to make out, because people thrown together 24 hours a fucking day who spend years structuring their life to make sure they never see each other. It's going to be hard.
It's going to be interesting.
And then someone said, we seem to be exceptions. We are fucking exceptions. What were we talking about today? About, aren't we glad?
Yeah, we're glad. I was just saying I'm glad that we're locked up together.
Yes, I'm glad we're locked up together.
We have fun together.
Yeah, I don't give a shit where we are. Trust me, we are having fun together.
Yes, we are.
And even in the middle of this shit, like day before yesterday when we went to the supermarket, I was just marveling at empty aisles here. Why is there one bottle of water left? Everything else is gone, and no one's touching that one bottle. And the same thing with the macaroni.
I saw that.
Entire empty shelf. One pack of macaroni. What the fuck? So, our driver / bodyguard said, "Come here, look at this." I said, "What is this?" He's going, I don't know. Said, but nobody touched it. I didn't touch it. I thought, that's got to be a trap. It's right smack in the middle of this empty fucking thing. Duh. Oh my God. So anyway, no. So we are happy.
Yes.
To be locked in together. We're not going to need a divorce lawyer.
You guys met in the News Cafe in Miami, is that right? One of my favorite little places in the world.
Yes. Absolutely. We did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's having to stoop down. Thank you, baby. I just wanted your input here.
So, Didi is an absolute family man as well, John. He actually he faced some prison time to have the right to educate his own children. You want to tell us a bit about your family, Didi?
No, we just, I left the Netherlands a few years ago because I faced prison time, because I wanted to freely educate my kids. So I said, fuck you. I left the Netherlands, and now we travel the world with 3 daughters and a very happy wife. And we are
wonderful.
We are so lucky that we are locked down in paradise together. Sean,
you know what? Listen, you can't live your life based on fear of consequences.
Nah.
You have to live your life based on what your heart and mind tell you.
It's exactly.
Listen, when I started my trek outside the box 30 years ago, I knew I was going to have a problem in life, and that people were going to hate me. I didn't think quite so much. We counted them 6 countries which Janice and I can never return to. That's quite, and one of them, unfortunately, is America, which is our home. But in any case, if I had let fear stop me, I don't know what I would have done. I would have probably been shining shoes in Grand Central Station right now.
I think it's exactly that. It's fear and greed that is you're killing a lot of people's mindset, and
yes,
which keeps them small. It keeps them small.
The two, and fear engenders greed. Greed brings on fear, because the more you have, the more of you fear of losing it. And the more fear you have, the greedier you become to try to fend off the fear. They're one thing, really. They're 2 sides of the same coin: greed and fear.
Yeah, it's also the same thing
that drives the markets. I don't know how to fix it. I just know that. Yeah, but all I know is that sometimes circumstances and events force a person, like for me, force a person to make a choice.
Yep.
Knowingly, if I make this choice, I'm going to maybe live safely, but not what I want to do. If I take this choice, God knows what's going to happen to me. I took the choice for God knows, and I'm surprised every day.
John, the other thing that Didi's famous for is selling everything and going 100% into crypto. Didi, how, what are your thoughts on the crypto markets moving forward here? Obviously, we're looking like the traditional fiat Ponzi scheme might get a bit of a rock here. Do you see crypto being adopted as we move a bit into this scenario?
Yeah, Sean, we are still all in crypto. We still live a life solely on crypto. We don't use the banking system. I thought Bitcoin would and other cryptos would have been a better safe haven than it is showing us now. But still, I think it's the best alternative now. And I think if we get a big reset, maybe we will use cryptocurrency in a smarter way, and maybe we'll provide freedom of using the monetary system to all people, and all people have the same opportunity to have access, and not just because you live in Holland or America you have access, but also because you have a telephone or a cheap one. So for me, it's still all in crypto. I'm still speaking all over the world. I'm still supporting Bitcoin and all other cryptocurrencies that want to centralize the world. And I'm just leading by example by doing this live and showing my kids this is how you can live. It's not all about running your hand to the wheel. Yeah. You need to follow and lead. You lead by example, then everybody will follow. So we will keep on doing this. I love what John is doing, how we live this life, and I'm just also one of those crazy guys that will be able to change the world when we just get crazy enough. I think that's
I'm not trying to change the world. I'm trying to change myself as much as possible. Not change, but to improve. Trying to change the life of my children and grandchildren, and actual great-grandchildren now. And that's it. Saving the world is a difficult thing. However, Janice and I have been forced into a completely crypto world because we can't have a bank account, for fuck's sake, or credit cards. Can you imagine? We'd be arrested first of each month, every month, because they would know exactly where we were. So we can't. We don't have credit cards. We don't have banks. We don't have telephones. We can't.
What crypto do you use most, John? Can I ask?
I just use two, DAI and Monero. The way I do it, DAI, everything's in DAI. If I want to do a transaction, I convert to Monero for the approximate amount that I need to the transfer of Monero. And if someone pays me for work that I do, I require it in Monero, which I then convert to DAI. So no one knows where my money's coming from or where it's going.
Yeah, you keep your prices.
Those are the only two. And I keep it in DAI because I was never in it as for an investment. I was never into crypto to make money. I think that's a perversion of the purpose of crypto. You, my friend, and I and Janice are living the purpose of crypto. To free ourselves from financial slavery and to have control over our own finances. So
that is exactly the true fundamentals which make me believe that I'm doing the right thing at the moment. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, well, you are. And there are tens of thousands of us, believe me, that are doing this around the world. Many just don't say anything about it because they don't want to bring attention to themselves from governments. So
yeah, I didn't want that. I sadly was bombed to this Bitcoin family, but I wanted to just drink a beer on the Bacardi Coke on the beach in Kopangan, but then the media found out.
Sorry.
Thanks, Sean.
I didn't do anything.
I'll just go with the flow.
So we're one of the few that don't have an alternative. We can't ever have another bank account. We can't ever have a credit card. Can't ever have a telephone.
So do you guys, to what degree do you think crypto is going to be an alternative for people now? Obviously everyone's running to cash. I think we could see that.
Well, I think running for cash is a very dangerous thing to do. You understand that almost all borders now, if you're trying to take more than 10,000 US dollars in value across a border, you're going to be in deep trouble. And even in America on domestic flights now. So no, they're going to make cash a thing of the past. And instead, the governments are going to implement their own crypto, which is not the crypto that we want, I promise you. That's going to monitor every fucking penny that you get and spend instantly. and law enforcement will now have the panacea that they've all been waiting for to lock down the world. So no, don't buy into that shit.
Mm.
No,
No, they're gonna make privacy coins illegal. I think that's a certainty. Certainly.
Yeah. Well, they pretty much have.
So what?
They pretty much
but
have.
So what? So what?
Yeah.
But so what? They made marijuana illegal for 75 fucking years. It never stopped me from smoking, nor anybody. Do not let the law, in this case, if the law is wrong, and you know it's wrong, you know it's unjust, you know it's unconstitutional, that governments have no right to look at your finances. It started in 1913 with the creation of the income tax, that dreadful day which began the decline of America as an industrial power. We have to get it back. Governments have no fucking right to know where you get your money, why you get it, how much you get, and what you choose to do with it. This is the fundamental freedom upon which all other freedoms rest, people. If we don't have utter financial freedom and privacy, then we have no freedom and privacy in any area of our life, because without money, people, you can't pay the rent, buy a car, send your kids to school, get medical care. Nothing. It is the foundation of privacy and freedom. We must get it back, and crypto is the way. So when it's made illegal, remember it is an unjust, unconstitutional law that would ban a privacy coin. When we have a fundamental right to privacy, then you know the law is wrong, and you follow your fucking hearts.
Yeah, let's hope that most people are not the sheepy people I've been seeing now, because I really hope that all those people are going to support this revolution of this system. Oh man, I wish I was with you and just talk for hours about this, because I really like how you express love, how you express yourself. It's the same. You're just reading my thoughts now. It's just, I feel the same thing, but I sadly have been traveling and speaking on many events, and I just see this crypto community slowly changing from a group of revolutionary people that want to change the system into
to ones that want to abide by. And that's because we got sucked into this false mirror, false image of what crypto was. Yes, people look at it as, oh, way to make money. This is a way to get rich fast. Well, good God. If that's the attitude, we're going nowhere, because that attracts sheep. You need to understand. Sheep don't want to work. Sheep don't want to do. Sheep want to sit back and make money. Yes, they want to follow. So please. But there are still tens of thousands of us, and we must all stick together. We must make this revolution of the mind a reality for every man, woman, and child on this planet.
Completely agree. That's why I spoke with Bruce about it, and you know.
And I'm sorry, gentlemen. I have gone over time. I just got the sign from Janice, so I have to leave you. My apologies.
John, thanks so much for your time again. I will be in touch.
Yes, be happy to talk to you, and thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you so much, John. It's in the mail.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, John.
Thanks,
mate.
mate.
All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So there you go, Didi. We're still recording.
Yeah. Julie, I'm glad you didn't hear the conversation. Come here. Come here. So my daughter was all listening. I was trying to get her in the show as well, but there she is. Good education for my daughter.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So look, I'll certainly be there, hopefully in the very near future. We've got some interesting stories lined up for the series.
Many interesting people at the moment here. We have the Moon Call as an island. We have Crypto on the island. We have House of Dao, which is being built on Kopangam. I have Jerry Dia Taylor with me from Decent.bet.
Yeah, he's a good friend.
Yeah, he's a good friend of you. We also have, we are CCT crew members over here now. And so it's the community is growing, Sean, and we need you to document this, because it's being really cool. Tomorrow we have a blockchain family dinner again in this beautiful villa. hosted by Carl and Chris. And
can you take us for a walk around that villa, Didi? That looks spectacular.
Yeah, it's not my villa, to be clear. It's the villa of Carl and Chris. But this is the kitchen.
Carl and Chris are the
Moon Carl. They both have a huge YouTube show.
Okay.
And Chris is Crypto.
Right.
So they have a beautiful
I know
villa.
those guys. I've met them before.
They have a beautiful pool, and in the background you see the lights. It's the sea.
Yeah. Wow.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's really awesome place. It's good to hang out. We are thinking about doing this beautiful sitting area.
Oh, wow.
And this is the main living room over here. So it's all open.
That's fantastic.
And we are thinking about hosting with them some blockchain events. And if you look all up the stairs, that is where the 4 bedrooms are. So you walk on the.
Oh wow! You're just down on the bottom level of the house.
Yeah, not even the middle level. There's even a level below again. So it's
wow.
huge.
And there we go.
So I'm very happy I was able to record a video from here because they have amazing Wi-Fi here as well. You can see. I'm as dark as hell now.
It just stopped for a second, but oh man, I think okay, Crypto and the Moon. I've met those guys a couple of times actually on the different conferences around the world. So yeah, it'll be great.
They are cool guys, and they live a really cool life, and they travel a lot together to shows and everything, and they have cool YouTube shows trying to educate people everything about trading and you know, and the fundamentals of the market. And yeah, I think you should meet him. And you already met Kyle before. He's really setting up a cool business here now as well. And yeah, it's just, you know, we are still happy here. We have all the toilet paper, all the booze. We have all the Sangsom, we have all the drinks, we have all the pills, mushrooms, happy pizzas, happy shakes. Yeah, it's all the same here. So no Corona fear yet.
No, and I hope that doesn't arrive and rock that little island. I think, yeah, you know, I've had a day of probably looking at too much news again. I typically, you know, for the last 15 odd years, I've barely followed the news. Just been immersed in my own world, you know, things that are right in front of your face, your friends and family and so forth. That I suppose anyone watching this, I would say, be careful about how much you consume at the moment.
Yeah, I just can't understand that the world is going this crazy about a virus that is deadly and has killed 4,000 people. But you know, like what John also said, 600,000 people died of the normal flu, and we didn't have lockdowns. We had SARS, we had the swine flu, we had the Mexican flu, we had Ebola. There has never been a lockdown. There's never been schools locked down, companies locked down, business locked down, border being closed. There is something else, in my opinion, going on, and we will soon see what it is. Until the time, I just live day by day and try to make the best of life. But it's a very strange situation. That's the only thing I can say. And I feel very sorry for all the people that are sick and that, you know, that lose elderly people. For me, it's too much of a coincidence that, you know, exactly in that time and in our lives that all pension funds are running out of money and don't have money to pay pensions in the next couple of years because, you know, we have this increasing amount of elderly people. And exactly at that time, there is a flu or a virus that kills exactly those weak and elderly people. Too many coincidences for me. It's too obvious for me that it's not like a natural play out. But maybe I'm just a crazy long hair guy living in Copenhagen, drinking too much Bacardi Coke and smoking weed, to not have a very clear view of the world.
Look, I think you know, the next couple of months are going to be interesting. What I would say is here in Singapore, you know, I've barely left the front gate for quite a while. A lot of that was to do with the person I was sharing a house with was going back to you know, a very, very ill father, so she was taking extreme precautions. But you know, I have certainly experienced how it's been here in Singapore with very few people around, but that's actually changed now. You know, we've gone from a handful of people on the street wearing masks to I wouldn't say back to normal. You know, I've only really in the last few days sort of gone back out there, but certainly people are going to restaurants and bars, and you know, life is going on. So I suppose, you know, people who are in lockdown now and very fearful, you know, obviously I spoke to my parents the other day. This is a pretty unpleasant experience for them. So, you know, I would say to people, we've had this here, I've sort of had 2 months of this now. We were the first place after China to have some people infected with the virus. And, you know, whilst things aren't back to normal, there's certainly people back on the streets and going about their lives. So, you know, I don't really want to give any specific advice on this or anything, but I think be careful how much news you consume. It's only going to make you more fearful. And I think in this scenario, you know, as we've discussed in this video, fear is the biggie here. You know, don't let it get to you. Yeah.
Mass fear. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep it positive. Stay happy. Drink some wine, and because you're locked up.
Carlsberg. That's
play
safe.
Games, play Twister, watch Netflix, and have a lot of sex. And I think we will create another baby boom like that.
Well, you know what? That could be the other thing, because we have population rates are actually dropping in a lot of countries.
Yeah.
So this could be designed to exactly. It's like lock everyone up, start breeding. We need some babies.
Yeah.
Go and have a nice time and enjoy your time in. I actually got a call from a girl I met in Jamaica about 10 years ago, who wants to meet up again. So I'm trying to pick the place that we can both meet, because we're obviously going to have to be quarantined together. So maybe that villa in Copenhagen, Didi, is the perfect place.
It's a perfect place to have some Jamaican booty on your rhythm.
She's actually Swiss, but she's actually Swiss. Swiss,
I thought you were Jamaican.
But I met her in Jamaica.
I'm
sure she's going to be watching this. So, Alex, what do you think about the
Copenhagen?
Copenhagen.
Come here.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks, man.
So much for
It
your
was
time,
amazing.
man.
It was a pleasure to be on the show again, and a pleasure to meet you and John again. And looking forward to see you guys in real life. ASAP.
Yeah. Screw this social distancing, man. I'm over it. I'll come and see you soon.
Cool. See you.
Cheers, brother. Catch you later.
Cheers, man. Ciao.
Embley, take control.